was kind of an outlier, right? If that, like, you know, if you run it back like 5 times, right? Like, does Code7 win that one, right? Like,
here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think you guys put too much stock into that. Number one, like, it's the same map, so we get an insight on the Code7's play, but it's a completely different team in Together We Are Terrific. In my mind, like, completely different, right? Immortals is certainly more prepared, but also at the same time, like, kind of more aggressive. You talked about Asuna and his plays when he gets on fire. He's just like mowing people down. So maybe a little too much stock into that, maybe not. We'll have to see. The game will start, but I think the players have maybe a technical issue, so they're chilling in spawn.
Yeah, it seems like there might be a connection issue here, but you know what? While we wait for that to kind of, you know, continue on, did want to cover Together We Are Terrific versus T1 that also happened yesterday. And in that game, Together We Are Terrific won 13-4. Now T1, this is T1 Academy, not T1 with Braxton AZK. This is T1 Academy, but again, T1 Academy had that crazy upset against Sentinels, which caught everyone off guard. I'm kind of feeling like there is a like the Terrific might actually just be a really, really good split team, and they're just looking to just end this one right here.
Yes, and I think the last 2 maps that they played actually were pretty in group stages. They were pretty. They were pretty, I don't know, one-sided in a certain way. And it was on split for those last 2, but they also played split on the first one against Sentinels, and they got stomped just as well. So maybe, again, kind of different teams, different styles go up against
maybe the stats don't matter, Bala. Maybe that's what it is.
Throw them all away, in my mind, because what I'm seeing right now is Terrific is dominating no matter what, and they're starting on attack where they pretty much closed out the game last time on Haven. So I think that those results, more recent, will kind of prove to be true here. Although, again, there's a lot of different variables, and again, I think I see Code7's faults that they probably see too. They probably will try to fix these and approach this game in a completely different mindset, or at least I hope so.
Yeah, you mentioned the structure that they approached their retakes with. There were very clear plays that they were doing, like the blaze wall play that Robwiz was poking around, because if someone swung wide, then they were expecting whoever's at hell to then engage on that. That didn't happen. So when that didn't happen, well, then what's plan B? And when plan B fails, what's plan C? And then, you know, you just go on from there and there and there. So we're back into the action now, folks. And as it stands, I would say for the most part, very typical compositions on both sides, identical as well, but just typical in the kind of agents that you want to see at play here. You could probably bring a Brim in place of I don't know, maybe like an Omen or something, but you get so much with that paranoia, and also get the global smokes that you can block off the long. It's just, there's so much you can get out of this character.
I think that on split, teams have been moving away from Brim in favor of Omen, just because there's a lot of really nice angles for paranoia, but also just being able to re-smoke over towards sites that you're not actually playing is really fantastic from that side. It is going to be not a Sage's comp for Code7, so that might switch things up. Nicolas starts off 1 and 2, gets some damage down as well. They're going to get onto site, but it's and the other side, Robwiz too in the sights. He lasts forever with these cloudbursts, and now gives him the time to kind of give his team repositioning tools.
They're going to swing all the way back over here, and they just got identified. So Kaboose got called out, and that round, that whole pistol just fell apart at Jump Street once Nicolas was up top. They went through the dark cover, always a risky play to make. It just did not work out for them in the end. So they're only going to have a few seconds now to operate with. And if Kaboose does decide to go through sewer over toward B site, that they're going to have to make that choice right now. And it seems like instead they're just going to use some smokes and then force their way inside of the site. Maybe get the spike down, get some value, get some cash out there.
Time. Cover going out.
I was on the backside.
Yeah, this is not looking good. There just wasn't any options for Calypso and Kaboose there, man. It was It was done from Jump Street.
They're both looking at him, and he still takes out one anyways. And after some time, too. So everybody knows how to play that position. Just get there and peek together. No chance. After the first engagement on that A ramp, essentially, from Nicolas getting the 2 kills. And then also more paint shells and everything. You saw Robwiz survive for so long there as the Jets. That's the disengaged potential. So strong on pistol rounds, so strong on all rounds. Obviously, you've seen the prominence of Jets since the closed beta, essentially, back when she was maybe considered a little bit weaker. Now it's pretty much a pick on every single map. Bordel and Mixwell have shown the way.
They've shined the light. It was only a matter of time, though. You know, I mean, it's like Tracer in Overwatch. You just got to make the cover star look good. You know, I get it. I respect it.
Hey, everybody else needs to figure out that they figured out how to play the rest of the agents together so that you can have a pick like Jets. A little bit more selfish, but also as you figure out everybody's chemistry and cohesion together with the agents, you start to realize there's a lot of team play aspects in Jet as well. Regardless, Terrific has made their way all the way up to ropes. And they're going to jump across. I like that from Finesse. So that they can double peek into that vent's spots. Take out a trap wire. Tork is playing this nice spot, but Kaboose! Oh my goodness, right under the head. 2 taps. Payen still in sight, though. He has a stinger. Still lock it down, but they're coming from all sides.
Yeah, and that's going to be the limitations of the Stinger. Great gun, but up close, you'll probably rip through them. From a distance, you'll have some struggles with it. And furthermore, you're really just going to run out of ammo so fast out of that thing and just spits out ammunition. But look at Robwiz just flying onto the site there. And Nicolas actually was there for the trade. Nicely done. Up the top, and Calypso. What? 3 kills for Calypso. 3 kills for Calypso. Starting off great.
Sounded like you're going to a little baseball chant.
I had a jingle ready, but it just, you know, honestly, I didn't think that people would appreciate it, so I decided to back away. It's for the benefit of chat.
Yeah, don't want to make Twitch chat sad.
Yeah, don't want to make them spam ha-has. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Calypso does make it tingle on the eco rounds. 3 kills. And I like the approach from them. It was slow, methodical. They came through ropes and then went back up into heaven, but started off with the tap, I think, from Kaboose onto the head.
Ooh, look at that. I like that aggressive defensive play there. They just took ownership of the entirety of the T side.
I like it, but at the same time, I dislike it because look at what they've given. It's kind of a gamble. Yes, they could be over there. And if they are there, you might catch them by surprise. But what Terrific has done is kind of backed up enough space given so that if that does come, they're not going to be taken by it and they could just back away.
Finesse is going to eat some shots there, but so is the rival Omen there, excuse me. There goes Tork, and they're not going to have much really in the way of weaponry to deal with. Akis with 2 kills of his own. Robwiz around the flank had only 11 HP, and that Stinger, the fast fire rate, it's gonna end your run there. And together we are Terrific. Managed to take the next 2 rounds in swift fashion there.
It's money now, though, for Code7. They can respond. They have an operator on Robwiz. He's been playing towards A, but this time he swapped up over towards B. And you saw the efficiency of swapping jet positions when you watched the CodeNet or Cloud9 TSM game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Code7 has showed it off again yesterday, too. Rob was switching onto A, onto B when they were playing Immortals in this very map. But it leaves one player. It's just Cypher on A, which is very unconventional.
Oh, they're just looking for an off-screen Robwiz. Stuffs down Kaboose. I mean, hey, you know, you get yourself 2 pips toward your rocket. Either way, though, it's going to be a full take onto the site. They successfully managed to accomplish that task. Payen did his best to try and stop it. But it's going to be ended right there. And while that was going on, too, Foe just shutting out the nade, or chucking out, excuse me, the nade. It's going to be a far corner plant as well. So a deep commitment for anyone that's going to have to try and go in for the defuse. Look for Akis to just own this angle here, along with Finesse. Trade this out if need be. One is going to be there. There's going to be no tripwire to help him out, but Finesse is going to have that angle locked and covered. And that will be 3 in a row now for Together We Are Terrific. Shades of what we saw earlier, Bala, when they were attacking on Haven.
That's it. They lost the pistol. Or did they? I forgot how that went. Yeah, they did win that pistol by the skin of their teeth with the defuse. That did not go the way of the defense. So, slightly different situation, but basically the same story, right? 1 round only for Code7, and they're back to just pistols. Unfortunately for them, it means they won't have the response quite early enough. They're already going to get up to 4 rounds, and that's already starting to be kind of scary on split. But the way they played it yesterday, yes, it was a lot more even. Defense versus attack in this case, in this tournament. I want to point out the way that they peaked. We might see it again in a future round for Terrific. The way that they peaked A Heaven out after they took through A main. They all peaked together in one instance in the line. It was really nicely done, but the approach on the B this time.
Another eco here for Robwiz, and he's actually going to identify a few players up top, sending out some of the knives, but doesn't get anything out of it. Kaboose, 2 kills of his own now up top, but there's going to be Payen with the ghost, and Robwiz sent all the knives out, but it is Kaboose with the 3rd kill and having his teammates back, leaving only Nicolas to be the last man standing. Ain't gonna matter. Ended by Finesse. We got ourselves, Together We Are Terrific, 4 rounds straight here. They were saving that one, so they were playing closer. And Code7 will be able to buy up some weaponry here. Let's see what they can do. They're dealing with an op, though, on Together We Are Terrific. It's never going to be fun.
They did get a pick early from Robwiz on B before they made their approach on A, but when they walked onto A, it was kind of like they knew that the Cypher was playing passive. They knew that he was playing by himself because they saw Robwiz on B. Maybe they did their research, their demo review yesterday to get this. A nice peek from Akis. I like this, to peek into that.
Actually, oh, ate the rocket in the face, but hey, you'll go ahead and take that kill there. Not much other damage done for that rocket, because you know look, those rockets, man, they could be the best thing in the world, or sometimes you're firing cotton candy at someone. That certainly worked out.
Over top of him and like
I saw so too.
Behind him.
Now they're just going to play this one out slowly. Nicolas anticipating maybe some movement. Payen, they're going to have to work around this one and maybe cross some shots. They're going to be stuck inside. Payen playing all the way back here, right on sight by screens. He gets 2 kills. But there goes mummAy with a shot. That make it 2. A headshot to boot on Nicolas. Now going to catch the remaining 2 members here on the flank, but the rocket is out. Kaboose, he's trying to get inside. Boom! Manages to take out one. Robwiz falls victim to that. They know exactly where Tork is going to be now. Spike planted. Let's see what Tork can do here.
Round quickly shifted now in the Terrific's position, and with the ice there, they know how this is playing. They know he has to come out, so they both double peek, and mummAy is there with the op. Even if he misses that shot, you have Kaboose who's going to trade that easily. We're now down to 5-1 on the attacking side of split for Terrific. And things are looking very scary if I'm Code7. I don't know how to work my way back into this. Even though we saw Payen basically do what he needed to do in that round, which was anchor more towards the inside of the site rather than playing towards heaven, so that he buys the time for Nicolas to come through. But unfortunately, even if you bring them down to only 2 players, they still will have the tools to respond.
Yeah, everything that could have gone right for them with Payen getting those 2 picks early on, like they're making the adjustments that are necessary. Oh, Calypso actually might get shot in the head here. If he picks it up. Oh, it's the tippy top of Tork's head. And although he does die, that was still a beautiful shot. And they're making the best of a bad situation. But look at Finesse on the flank here. And it is Payen who gets the better of Finesse.
They're going to have guns now, too. And they did invest a little bit of armor there. Something that you've been seeing recently in high level. Is on eco rounds, knowing that you can buy the next round. Grabbing that, but Fall gets taken out immediately by mummAy's op.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It was a good eco though, right? Like,
yes.
Hey, if you get a few kills, that's just wonderful. But the opening frag there for Calypso on Tork, Tork is 0-6 right now, and you know you're tight about that one because the top of your ponytail was identified. You know. And maybe Sage gets a haircut. I don't know, but certainly Calypso helped in that one. Made one step closer, you know?
Certainly a bald Sage right now, 0-6 for Tork. And you actually remember back in the second round, after they won the pistol round, the reason why Echo7 lost that next one was because, Code7 lost that next one was because Tork got picked off from Kaboose in exactly one of those situations, the head tap on the ropes. Remember that all the way back. And that's kind of what started this spiral out of control here for Code7 and giving it over to Terrific. Things are looking so good. Now they're going to approach ropes. There's only one player here. On the other side of this, they're going to do that double peek again. Remember, one jumping across and then one staying and going down the ropes. Here it is.
I know exactly.
He didn't even need his teammate's support there.
It was a little mistimed even.
Yeah, it was just, everything was perfect. Locks off sight away from Foe. Foe can blast pack over this. They know exactly where he's going to be. Finesse just punishes that one instantly. Robwiz, though, hanging out over by Long, does kill Calypso. Nades are out, and Robwiz gets stuffed down. Headshot from Kaboose, leaving just Tork to try and salvage this.
Poor Tork. These clutch situations that we expect him, based on his performance yesterday, to actually do well in, but this is almost no chance at all. Obviously, he's saving the weapon. He's already decided in the 1v4, but even the last couple of times they've taken A, he's coming in on the approach by himself because all his team is already dead and gone before they even have a chance to really do anything or build a retake opportunity.
Just a struggle for Code7 on a map that typically said so many times would favor the defense. Split was notorious for that, especially in the beta. Then they made some changes. I think they put Split in a better direction, Riot did. But it still is a strong defensive map given what you have to try and take as the attackers. So to see Code7 just struggle to be able to get any kind of ground makes you wonder, like, what happened from yesterday to today that has led to this downfall here on defense, because this has not been pretty.
That's been pretty for Terrific. Kaboose, Calypso, a number of different players. mummAy in this game with the operators actually hitting shots that are really ridiculous. Multiple multi-kills already on the attacking side. He's been the anchor as the spike gets planted. But you're right, 7-1. What changed for Code7? Maybe this. Maybe Robwiz not able to find kills that he really needs to be able to find in moments like these. Every round that they're losing now is going to add up when they switch to the CT side or the attacking side. Things are going to be so difficult to double peek down mid. Both players who were stuck there now down and out. Nicolas, though, in a nice spot in ropes. He's going to take out one. Spike down now. And there's two players on the back side of this. Both low. One, but not enough. It was too low after that one and full committed to the spray on Calypso. He had to transfer onto FINESSEE's head. It won't actually happen. So another round goes into the favor of Terrific, even though Nicolas had the chance to recover there. I think just being caught out in mid there, essentially in between both sites, not really deciding, knowing which side to go to, and then there's a double peek from Suras and Ramen. Easy cleanup.
Nicolas could have also just waited it out. There would have been one other player committing to that. They would have looked. I imagine they would have looked, but he could have been in a winnable situation there. It's hard to say, right? Given
if you let him pass.
Yeah, if you let him pass, like you're always making that risk. By the way, look at the Omen actually teleporting on top. That's going to be Calypso getting a little cheeky with the TP. You love to see it. I wonder if they caught wind of it. I don't know. I don't think they did, because Calypso did expose himself, but nope. He ain't going to look. Robwiz, he's waiting this one out. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Oh, you have an op there? That's so wonderful. Let me shoot you in the head. All right, so he's got that thing handled. He's good. He's fine.
For a moment, I thought he was going to throw that.
I thought we were going to get another Sub-Rosa situation again, and I wasn't ready for that. I emotionally, physically wasn't ready.
You will not kill my ally.
Perez a push up onto the A ramps. They get one. That's Nicolas, who's the last remaining player here on A site. To look at Kaboose's position, they don't necessarily know how to clear this. Yes, Foe gets it. They were ready. Maybe hurt him. A very aggressive angle, but now this is so difficult. A wall going to come down. A crossfire even. mummAy can peek through into that defending side through the screen. All three going to have to come through heaven now.
Yeah, they're gonna go through heaven. I think you sent one towards steps.
You will not
to try and clean that up. They do get the res out. That could be big, but Calypso could go big here, and he gets one kill for his efforts. That was 3 total for the round. Payen's gonna end that one right in its tracks. There goes Nicolas now onto site. You got a few weakened members of Together We Are Terrific still standing here. The spike is out, but mummAy no HP to work with.
Finally.
And they should comfortably, not comfortably, actually, it's going to be really close. But they do get it with 0.23 remaining on the clock.
Okay.
Not comfortable at all.
GB's spike defusal skills do pay off here. They get the spike down.
Yeah, in my world, that was comfortable.
Yeah, hey, man, it's comfortable. If you win the round, it's comfortable. That's all I got to say, right? Plenty of time left on the clock. But to be that second, look, that round went perfectly for them from the get-go. I mean, yes, you had Calypso end up taking out Robwiz. That didn't necessarily have to happen. He got a little too greedy for that operator after they traded a couple on A ramps, which gave them access to it. But even the retake was solid from them. Players from all around, they take over A ramps. They get the res even, and then come through. Really well done from Code7, but they got to do it again.
We're going to get some judge play, by the way. Hope you're ready for a ball up. 2020,
I'm
what a year.
ready.
Oh, never mind, he got blown up. Valiant effort there from mummAy, but it just, he had to deal with the bot, and then he got shot in the face. So that's not pretty, but this whole hold has been pretty thus far. I think actually Kaboose ends out, he kills while he's in rocket state there. FINESSEE does manage to get the shot off, even though he was going to be inside of the cyber cage. Now he's going to get all that intel, all that knowledge. But Nicolas coming off of the teleport gets killed by Akis, and it is just Robwiz. He was a star yesterday. Is he able to do it again? He has to check every angle. That's one, looking for another, but does not locate it. Calypso was also on the flank too, would have easily been able to pick up the frag, have things gone just a little awry, and that will be it. Last round before the switch here.
The timing on the neural theft there, as Nicolas had from the shadows into B main, was perfect. The ping went off and he was still in that form. So usually that neural theft is like kind of hard to get the pre-fire on them because they're moving and it's only like a brief instant. But in this case, he was just sitting still, stuck in the shadow form. So easy cleanup. Well-timed neural theft.
Cover going
and they get another one. 9-2, you said it's last half or last round before the switch. Quick.
Oh, he's flying in there. He's ready. I thought he was flying in there. I was like, man, you B1 with the rocket. Just go in there, blow him up. But yeah, I think they know better than that. I think Kaboose is more prepared.
All right, they swapped Robwiz a couple rounds ago back onto A, and that's where it actually ended up being a pretty decent hold from them as it peeked over towards A ramp. This time he's in sight though, and Calypso's on the backside. Paranoid coming through.
Wow.
And it's a perfect execute on the Robwiz. And they find the gaps. Nicolas all the way up heaven. And Ray is going to be actually... Ray's challenging Rollin. Oh, no!
I know exactly.
Nothing found.
On the opposite side of the map, Nicolas gets a kill with Judge there. We'll be able to upgrade that to a Phantom. If they get this win, it could be great for them, but it's only going to be one player left alive, and it's Nicolas. A valiant effort, without a doubt, that round from him. But a 10-2 ending in Bala. Looks like Reflections is not getting his wish of seeing a Game 3. Dreams are being crushed today. TSM fans crying everywhere. You know, maybe they'll lose in League of Legends. I don't know how that works. I don't know. See people arguing on Twitter about things. Everyone argues all the time. I just don't know these things, Bala. You know, Reflection's not getting his game 3 here. But at least I got the cast of collat. You know, at least I got the cast of collat. So many sadness.
Oh boy. This is a tough one. Very tough for Code7, and a tough loss, as this is going to knock them out. No chance of improving into the semifinals.
If it keeps going the way that it could, but I don't want to count Code7 out quite yet, even though it does sound like we are. This team did bring it back against Immortals. That was a very different game, though, and a 10-2 half is not pretty. You know, don't want to sugarcoat it there. And Robwiz does get the kill onto Akis when he was trying to dip out of there, which I don't even know how he got that shot off.
Wall. He came on top of Akis' wall. Well done there, but that's ended up getting traded to mummAy. With the flying shot onto Kaboose, they're going to switch things up and come over towards A. mummAy is there to spot it and try to trade. Oh, so close. Risky. 4 HP, and he makes it away with the tailwind.
And you're also going to see some great little visual bugs there, like the attacking team being green, but with red guns. So it's like Gumby gone bad. Really dated myself there by making a Gumby reference. There's mummAy, though. 4 HP, man. He comes out of this smoke. You know, Payen's going to be waiting for him. But I spoke too soon there. mummAy still managed to get the shot. Impressive as that was, though, it's Code7, who's showing some life early on, can start to roll this into some wins here.
Okay. Off the backs of Robwiz, very aggressive out through B Heaven, all the way into spawn. That pushes them back and makes it so they can come through ropes as they got pulled off, and he got the information that all
he was able to be
players
aggressive because of the paranoia, remember, so that worked out. I mean, if they combine those abilities again like that, it could pay off for them big time, but you're not going to get that every moment, right?
You're also not going to get Akis self-boosting you over your own wall so that you end up dying as you're coming down off of Heaven. I was like, how the heck did he find that angle? But he was way up there. Here's a big flash. Paranoia coming in. Finesse is going to swing on this, but it's slow, and they back up. They usually check the corner. This is possibly a couple easy ones. Yes, Robwiz connects on both. And they back up with the heal, too. Everything is looking good as Payen on the other side of the map also takes out mummAy, but it's just pistols. So nothing to fear. And nothing really to read into on this round. But a nice attempt from Terrific. I like the aggressive plays that they show off. A couple different ideas as we move throughout this game.
Classic 5K right now. Watch. Calling it. I'm in the future already, so I'm predicting things before they happen, Bala. Here we go. He's going to pop headshots everywhere. Never mind. Stand corrected.
Don't worry. We all knew where that was going.
But if I predicted that one, man, I would have been a genius.
Hey, it's like, you know, you just got to predict wild things, and then someday something is going to happen, and it's going to be great, and you're going to be like the biggest 5-head of all time.
I'm ready for that day to happen. I already have a 5-head physically, so just need the intelligence to be there. Give it time. Give it time.
You already got the what face too, so.
It's true. It's true. One step closer, you know, one step closer. All right, well.
The body and soul of the natural
I thought you were going to, like, you are round. You are rather portly. I thought you were going to start going in that direction. I was like, all right, Walshy, calm down here. Stop being mean to me. Okay, so now we're going to get some guns online, and Robwiz already, this is the Robwiz we needed to see. Not only in Split, but we've just needed to see in general, right? This guy who's just slaying, playing so well, able to just get as many of the jet ult right as possible, knives out all the time. This is how you start to put together some big wins here, but I'm hyping him up, and while all that was going on, this plan just fell apart completely, and that is it. I mean, I spent that entire, like, minute hyping up Robwiz, only for him to end up dying there dramatically, and that came off of the reaction from mummAy's snipe. And now they're just one step closer.
You just keep trying, okay?
Like, one day I'm gonna get this bad boy right. When that day comes, you'll see.
That's all we have to hang on in this game right now, because I don't know. 11-4.
He was playing amazingly, right? Those first 2 rounds on their attack, or excuse me, on their attack has actually been great, right? Enough for him to be able to get jet ult activated and stuff, like all that small details, like those are huge. But to just not be able to get anything out of that round, right? That's a heartbreaker.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm already forgetting everything that happened in this game.
Spoken like a true commentator, Baller.
I mean, there's a couple things I've learned, which is awesome from both sides. So I'm excited for a couple different reasons, but in this game, I don't know. I've seen some things that I want to see in the future from other teams, especially on the Code7 side in Haven, but on this map, there's been an approach towards A that I kind of like, but besides that, you know, this is rough.
It's been really bad for Code7. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You want a team like this that has had some success in group stages, came out of their group on top, surprised a lot of people, especially that big win against Immortals. We were thinking, hey, maybe this is as everyone else starts to level up, right? Everyone else, the turning point. Yes, exactly. But it seems like the pecking order is still very much going to be that, even with teams like TSM out of the competition. You're going to have mummAy doing things where, he's just punishing anyone who makes some reckless plays there and does just that. He did that in the last round too. Kaboose. Headshot up above. Time is ticking. They have no time to work with there. They're going to be met by the barrel of a Vandal, and that will do it. Match point now for Together We Are Terrific. One step closer to moving on into our semifinals.
That we are. Or that they are. We still have 2 more quarterfinals to go. Next up, we do have, Immortals versus Charlotte Phoenix? No, sorry, Gen G versus Charlotte Phoenix.
That's right.
And that'll be another interesting game for sure. On the other side of the brackets, things still need to unfold. It's one of the few tournaments so far that we've been able to actually cover every single match, which is pretty exciting. We get an insight on the broadcast for every team going into the grand finals. I love it.
Yeah, it's never fun when you miss out on some games, especially some of the bigger ones. Oh, Akis playing a real sneaky angle here. He's going to get picked off by Robwiz, Stinger, as well as those satchels coming in. mummAy, though, I thought Payen was going to get a little too big for his britches there, but he won't. He'll actually go back to join his teammates, and mummAy will be left there by himself, sad boy, with his op. This is, they have rounds to give up here, Bala. That's the fact. It's 12-4. If this just ends up, being a win for Code7, that's great. But they have a long road ahead of them to get to the point where they can make this one into a competitive matchup.
You have the man advantage in this round, so things could look good. But based on the momentum of Terrific, I think it'll be just okay for them no matter what. Here's Paranoid through the sights. Robwiz will dash on, and they will peek behind that wall, but FINESSEE is not going to actually take that fight. We have one down below on the ropes. Huge. What's the one shot to the face of Robwiz, and mummAy also wraps it up onto Nicolas. Preserves actually returns the man advantage. There is a showstopper. He's going to back away, and no damage done from folks. And there he is on the side. mummAy, another one. 3 kills, and mummAy has locked it up and taken the win. The best of 3 goes in the way of Together We Are Terrific. 2-0.
A heartbreaking defeat there for Code7, but an uplifting victory for Together We Are Terrific. They're going to move on and face off against Cloud9 in the semifinals. That is going to be an exciting game.
That's going to be huge. It's going to be so much fun because both sides, you were talking about how they basically, Cloud9 doesn't have too much of a plan going forward. Together We're Terrific clearly has some ideas, but we know them as Pugstars.